Gary, I know we're starting the news here, but Gary has a good article that just came out about our show. And whose article is this?
It's Broadcasting and Cable, which is like an industry magazine.
Because Gary said, Voss, here's the article we've been waiting for. And actually, he's right. I mean, it is kind of what I've been saying. What do they say? Just give us, paraphrase so people don't get bored.
Yeah. You know what? They're saying that this month is the 50th anniversary of when Edward R. Murrow took down Joe McCarthy.
Yep, 1954 in March.
March 9th.
Right.
So they're saying in 2004 we're dealing with a similar thing, but there's not a single McCarthy. It's a whole bunch of people.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then they start quoting McCarthy, and, he made this whole big speech, and at one point he said, who will stand up to today's bullies? So then they talk about what's going on with you, that there's a conspiracy theory and the whole thing. But the article ends with saying, where is everybody? Where's 48 Hours? Where's Dateline? Where's 2020 doing these pieces? And especially, where's 60 Minutes? Because Don Hewitt is always talking about how him and Edward R. Murrow were buddies. So where are you, Don Hewitt? Where's 60 Minutes?
Well, I'll tell you the problem. And that's a great article, and thank you for that. But and you should post that. But here's the deal. And I won't go into a whole long, boring thing, because I know people are uptight about that. Here's the thing. There are no Edward R. Murrows. Most journalists today are actors. They don't even have a journalism background. But forgetting all of that, they all have called me, not 60 Minutes, but other places, to do a story. They think this is about me.
And they want to keep it about you.
And they want to keep it about me. That way people will watch. 60 Minutes doesn't need me. 2020 doesn't need me.
You know what?
This is an issue about free speech.
Murrow interviewed Joe McCarthy and brought him down, so shouldn't 60 Minutes be interviewing
the FCC?
The FCC.
Of course.
Well,
not you.
Not
Michael
me.
Powell.
Right. They should be interviewing Michael Powell and asking him to explain himself.
And doing it over and over again.
Yeah, he should not be able to get away from this. He's living a perfectly good life while he takes away your rights.
Hey, no one's making him uncomfortable. He's busy flying down to Vegas, giving speeches. Oh, he's perfectly acceptable. And my fellow you're going to parties. He's got pictures on his website of him and Aretha Franklin and Mickey Mouse and all kinds of fun cartoon characters. Diana Ross. Where are the people? Yeah, I can't do it. I'm not 60 Minutes. I can't be Edward R. Murrow. But the Don Hewitts of this world are so turned off to me that they overlook what's going on. They think they're defending me. They're not defending me. They're defending their own livelihood and their own jobs in this country and the freedoms in this country. But Don Hewitt is an old geezer who is so part of the establishment now. And I'm a fan of 60 Minutes, and I thank Don Hewitt for many great stories that he's done. But the guy's 100 years old now and probably can't even tell the difference between me, the FCC, and what's going on. He probably can't even get his spoon up to his mouth. And between that bad rug he wears and God knows they have to wax his head underneath there. I don't know what's going on. The stench must be incredible. The guy's 900 years old. As far as Stone Phillips and those guys go, they can't see that this isn't about
They're
me.
different from you.
Yeah.
But does Stone Phillips have the ability to walk into the show and say,
Stone Phillips can't tie his shoe and talk at the same time.
But Dan Rather could.
Well,
there
that's
are a lot
debatable.
Of people who can.
I don't know.
No, they could if they wanted to.
They don't want to challenge the establishment. They somehow have begun to think that a news guy should just report the news. As in, oh, guess what? Howard Stern got fined today. His potty mouth got him in trouble.
Well, it's only because of you. This is what happened to Lenny Bruce. Lenny Bruce suffered alone because nobody wanted to touch him. They didn't want to be considered indecent, too.
Right. Everyone was afraid. Well, anyway, and everyone was afraid of McCarthy, and finally Edward R. Murrow stood up. I've said we need someone to rise from the ashes.
What ashes? Edward R. Murrow.
Like an Edward R. Murrow. But he's not around anymore. We're stuck with Katie Couric.
And Matt Lauer.
And Jay Leno.
Matt Lauer, who's going to be a landscaper.
Yeah. Jay Leno and some Ryan Seacrest.
And
Seacrest, out.
the blonde Frankenstein.
John Tesh is now being interviewed about this topic, and he has a very, very intelligent opinion.
I was dying to hear what John Tesh thought.
Yeah, and then Marie Osmond has come out and said, I'm starting a radio show that's clean and people can be happy.
Oh, I can't wait.
Well, thank you. Thanks for saving us. That TV show of yours was scary great. Rise up. Rise up. Vote out Bush and the religious right. Teach them a lesson. Stand up. I can't imagine there'd be one person vote for Bush.
Oh, there will be people who vote for him. Those right-wingers who are happy with what he's doing.
Can't be.
They're not going to be happy with all the stuff he's doing?
You know, read Al Franken's book. It's terrific.
He's doing exactly what they tell him to do. They do get to vote.
Hey, Damien, what's up?
Hey, Howard, man. This morning I was watching NBC, and they had a anchor by the name of Rodriguez putting a spin on you about Courtney Love and having her down to your studio to take bad publicity off yourself and put it on her.
Oh, boy.
Come on, you got to be kidding me.
That's
funny. I swear to God, I heard this morning.
I had her down here to...
Take the heat off of you?
That's the spin that they were putting on it this morning. When I
can't believe you're hearing that right. You play that for me. You sound like the guy who said Gene Simmons was bad-mouthing me, and he wasn't.
No, I heard it this morning.
What did they say?
They said verbatim that you had her and you're coaxing her down on the air to come down to your studio so that way you could put bad publicity on her and take it off yourself.
Who said this?
Who said that?
Her name was Rodriguez. I don't know her first name, but that was the last name of her. It was on this morning, probably about 5:20 when I got up to go to work.
And what channel was this?
And I got DirecTV. That's what I watch it on.
DirecTV.
I don't know. A lot of people in our audience listen to stuff.
Yeah, they don't know what they're listening to.
I have nothing to gain by lying to you.
No, I don't think you're lying. I think sometimes you have trouble understanding what this person say, but it could be. I'll check into it. How's that?
Well, I don't see how that works. We weren't even around Janet Jackson, and look what happened to us as a result of what she did.
Oh, please. It's ridiculous.
Nothing takes the heat off us. Everything puts it on.
It can't be a real news show. Maybe it was like a comedy show.
Maybe. It's just so ridiculous.
Well, man, I'm just a fan, man. I just wanted to call and let you know.
Thank you, Damien. All right.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. Okay, Robin, let's do some news. That should be your theme.
I think so. I'd go with it.
All right. What's in the news, Robin?
Doctors who prescribe some popular antidepressants should monitor their patients more closely for the warning signs of suicide, especially when they first prescribe the pills and or change the dosage. The FDA asks the makers of 10 drugs to add a strengthened suicide-related warning to the labels, and they are alerting doctors that they should be monitoring these patients more closely. Here's Dr. Ron Solomon of the Vanderbilt Medical Center. He says more research is needed on this issue. E1.
The studies that were based, that this finding was based on from the FDA are really very few, and the information that we have is not adequate to really say whether or not it's a true risk.
They don't know if people are more, urged to commit suicide by taking these pills, or if it's just a side effect. But as the doctor said, we need to look into it. And mood swings among people on antidepressants are one of the potential warning signs. Here's Dr. Solomon again.
If somebody suddenly is withdrawn, or on the other hand, if somebody...
I got to tell you, a lot of people just like a little bit down, and they put them on these drugs. Everybody's on drugs now.
And then they go sailing out the window.
Yeah, I mean,
That's the problem.
If you're in a bummer mood, I mean, just like, chill out.
Weather the storm.
Do what my parents did. Take a drink.
Your parents didn't do that.
Yeah, it was a time my mom was depressed. My dad used to say, take a drink.
But did she? I mean, she didn't.
Oh, she doesn't listen to anyone. John, what is it?
Yeah, it's John Boy. What's up, man?
Oh, John Boy, I know you. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to know where I go. Number one is I'm a little worried about KC, actually, hearing this news and him knowing he's going to be jobless in a few weeks.
Well, that's why I'm telling us this now. We should be looking at Casey and checking.
Yeah, Casey's a different guy since they put him on his meds. Stares off into space with those watery eyes.
Those eyes are watery all the time. I hope he doesn't hear us, because as soon as we start to complain that he's different, he starts to say he won't take it.
No. He's better with it.
Maybe some therapeutic back packaging.
Casey Armstrong. And I'm here to tell you about my favorite thing in the whole wide world. Guys, at the Ramrod in Fort Lauderdale. Guys, rocking at the manhole in Jacksonville. Guys, making out in Soho with my boyfriend Bill. I'll tell you, I just can't get enough of those guys, especially construction workers. When they're big and beefy, I really love a guy with a big tool belt. This is Casey Armstrong. Let's hear it for guys.
Yeah.
Guys.
Casey told me yesterday he's really into girls.
He told you that privately?
Yeah.
He's decided.
He goes, I'm really into girls, but I don't think I'd have sex with Courtney Love. I go,
Wow.
well, I get that. You got to be a special kind of man to make love to Courtney Love.
But why is he thinking about Courtney?
I don't know. You ask him.
It's an odd thing to just have pop into your head. And it's still questionable as to whether he's really into girls. That's just him saying it.
Yo, I said that because I used to think that she was hot, but something happened, and the last couple of years, she doesn't do it anymore. She's just not hot anymore.
Oh.
You know, she's like, she looked kind of like homeless. You know,
It's a look.
And that's not hot.
Yeah, she's going for something there.
Yeah,
You don't dig homeless chicks?
No, not really. But
Yeah.
but she used to have this like really hot, sexy something to it. You know what I mean? Something really attractive about her, and her voice is real sexy. But I don't know. When she came in yesterday, she was like all over the place and just crazy and just
A special kind of man that takes care of a woman like that.
You know, God bless him. God bless
A special man who can love that.
Yeah, true.
That's right. That'd be real love.
Yeah.
All right. Robin, what else is in the news?
Well, for all you guys looking for good reasons to drink, the protections against heart disease from moderate drinking seem to extend to men with high blood pressure.
Right.
That's the result of a new study. They say men who drink moderately now, that's 1 to 2 drinks a day, tend to see some longevity from their drinking, even if they're suffering from hypertension. Here is one of the doctors who was involved in that study, Dr. Michael Gaziano, a researcher at Brigham and Women's Veterans Affairs Hospital in Boston. He says the way things look, a drink now and then may actually benefit you. D3.
Light to moderate alcohol in people with hypertension seems to confer modest benefits in reducing total mortality
I dig this dude.
and cardiovascular mortality.
Like last night, I was all stressed out.
Uh-huh.
Beth cooked dinner. She's getting to be some cook.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got to have you over one time when Beth makes dinner. You got to taste this. You got engagement chicken again.
Oh, God.
I had
You're
another
really
dose.
into your engagement chicken.
My favorite dish. Engagement chicken. And then she made string beans
String beans?
with like crushed tomatoes on it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And like a potato thing.
Is this like a once-a-week thing, or does she...
Once a week.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I opened up a nice bottle of wine.
Mm-hmm.
What? What's so funny?
I'm saying you're drinking during the week more and more.
Hey now,
Dude, with what's going on with us, can you blame me?
Yeah, well, no, I am too, actually.
See, I got to tell you...
You're drinking during the week?
I got to tell you something. You drink crazy. Like me, I love opening a bottle of red wine, and with my meal, I have 2 glasses, maybe a glass. That's it.
I got to tell you, I envy people like that because I'm not capable of drinking.
No,
like
you're not capable of stopping until you start to feel something.
that. Right, I got to just not drink at all.
But why don't you have a nice glass of wine? You don't like red wine, right?
You know what's funny? I've said this before. I'm allergic to wine.
Oh.
I have, like, something in the sulfides. My teeth get all screwed up. A dentist told me not to drink wine. Yeah.
Have a nice beer.
If I drink moderately, I'll have I love a nice cold beer with a pizza, and I can only have 2 at that point. I can control that.
Because you have 8 pizzas.
Yeah, it's the pizza that's out of control.
But I mean, I like that. Like I had a nice dinner.
Sure, it's great to do that.
Sounds great.
Open a bottle of wine, make love.
Well, there you go.
That's a beautiful evening.
That's something I can only do one time.
I made love. I get romantic. I get romantic.
You get a little drunk and a romantic.
Yeah, I was like, hey, that's nice.
Goodness.
I think you do need nights like that.
You do.
But you're not drinking every night.
No, I missed a night the other night.
Oh.
See, this guy's even saying, I think on a Friday, have 1 drink.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah,
Only have 1 or 2.
But that's all I do now. You know what? Like I went out to eat dinner the other night. I had 1 glass of vodka. That was it. Done.
And you're lit and you're fine.
I'm fine. I get a little buzz. I don't need to have like a whole drunk thing. I don't feel good the next day.
Yeah, you see, like last Friday, I went out and I started drinking, and then I had 41 chicken wings.
Yeah.
So then I had to keep drinking to get drunk again.
Yeah, everything gets crazy with you.
Right, I know. I don't do anything.
Overboard.
There's no gray area. Whoa! It's extreme.
Not only that, they weren't even his chicken wings.
Yeah, he's eating some strange man's wings.
Some dude gets up to like walk around, and Artie figures, well, the chicken wings are laying there. There's a whole bucket of them, and he just starts eating them.
They must be for him.
It's like a trough.
A trough.
What the? Hey, so Beth cooks a lot now, though, huh?
Once a week.
I like that.
Yeah, and she finds a recipe.
And she tries it out, huh?
Yeah.
And she's got the touch with cooking.
She's good.
Nice.
She never cooked her whole life.
She's officially what we'd call a double threat.
Yeah. I tell you, I like that. I like the cooking
You like
thing.
everything about being married. Stop it.
You're a liar.
You got to admit, it's a little ironic. Your favorite dish is engagement chicken.
If you had engagement chicken, you'd see what I mean.
Well, I'd love to try it.
Bring Artie over. He'll get engaged, too.
Yeah, we'll have an engagement night.
What's going on with you and Dana?
No, everything's great.
Is it? Because I don't know, you're hitting Scores a lot.
No,
like Friday night, you were at Scores?
You're on the phone.
Well, that was special, right? Because
I mean, like, where was
March
she?
Madness.
She actually had a party for one of her kids. One of her 8th graders had a party, a sweet. She's got a kid in the 8th grade who's 16.
Oh my goodness!
One of her 8th graders had a sweet 16 party.
That's horrible.
That's crazy.
But she went, and I didn't feel like going.
Yeah, she probably was forced to.
Let me ask you a question. Is it a known thing that on special betting occasions you're to be left alone? In other words, if she said to you on Thursday night, which is the first night of March Madness, let's go to something that's just stupid you don't want to go to.
She knows
like
not
to play.
She won't ask. She knows that I'm going to watch it.
Right, so like March Madness, there's dates she knows not to bother
It's
you.
almost like a holiday.
Right.
Yeah, but does she, like, say, give me your dates from gambling, like drunken gambling days, so I know that I can go do stuff on my own?
She's got to the point where she's good at even looking at the sports section the week
She
ahead.
knows what to avoid.
She'll actually call me and say, so tonight you're probably watching Knicks Heat, right? And I'll go, yeah.
Oh.
She'll know the schedule.
So how often you seeing her?
I see her like 4 times a week.
And with the dog, she's not sleeping over anymore, right?
I have a new thing with the dog where the only interaction I have with the dog is I call her and she puts me on speaker and I call the dog like a scumbag and stuff.
But, I mean, what are you doing? You're not sleeping over her place, right?
I did Sunday.
Oh, what'd you do with the dog?
She bought a crate for the dog.
Dog's in a cage now.
My God. Wasn't the dog upset?
I actually put an end to it. I felt so because the dog was crying. So I said,
Of course, that dog's not a crate dog.
I said I can't deal with this. So I took the dog for a walk.
Oh, good for you. Did you touch it while you took it for a walk?
I took it for a walk. I took it to the park.
Isn't that fun?
It was a blast because I found it dug up a stick.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real playful dog. It dug up this big stick, and I just kept playing fetch with it, and that was a blast.
Right.
And then I took it back, and
He's trying to lose that dog.
Yeah.
I let it play on, Route 17.
No, I
actually had a fun
you
time.
sleep, but you don't sleep over there anymore.
I slept.
And she has to go home to take care of the dog, so she's not sleeping over.
You know what I did? We had a Sopranos night, that type of thing.
And then she went home.
No, I was over
you
there.
stayed?
And I left.
Oh.
You left.
Well, I got to get up and go to work. I don't want to get up.
Yeah, but you guys used to sleep together, and now you don't because of the dog. And
she comes over my place every once in a while, but never with the dog. She's got to get a sitter.
That's what I'm saying.
She's got to get a sitter for the dog.
That's crazy.
Dude, you gotta have this dog in your life, Artie.
I like the dog. It's a cute
Artie's
dog.
like freaked out by dogs.
I know.
Kai.
That's what I asked him. He probably didn't touch the dog the whole time. He's just throwing.
I knew he was
stick.
nuts when he went up to my dog and started petting the air.
Yeah.
I still think you're making that
I
up.
saw you do it. I didn't making up anything. All right, anyway, let's go back to the news.
All right. The other
I like your bulldog.
medical news is that a study in mice suggests that a low-calorie diet could help to extend your life.
No, of course.
Even if the dietary change doesn't happen until later in age. They're talking about extremely restricted diets here, Howard.
Yeah, well.
The study appearing in this week's Proceedings of the National Academy of Science showed that mice at a relatively advanced age could benefit if their diets were restricted. So there's food for thought. If you want to live a long time, you got to cut down on what you eat.
I'm glad they're helping mice live longer.
They say it should translate to humans. We know it works in mice.
Yeah, I'll spend my life denying myself everything so that I could live an extra 5 years. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back right after these words.